Welcome to A Couple of Rad Techs podcast, season 6. Thank you all for being here. Whether you are a seasoned radiologic technologist and medical imaging professional looking to refresh your career, or you're a student seeking guidance in the radiology field, or someone ready to make a career change, we've got you covered. We've got a fresh new look, more episodes based on your request, and all the tips, insights, and inspiration that you're going to need to thrive in this amazing field of medical imaging, radiation therapy, and radiologic technology. Our mission is simple here at A Couple of Rad Techs podcast. We're here to spread positivity about this profession of radiologic technology and medical imaging, empower you with valuable advice, and help you level up your career no matter your age or stage. Grab that coffee or whatever you're doing at this moment, and let's dive into this week's episode. It's time to take your radiologic technology and medical imaging journey to the next level. I sat in my car after another 10-hour shift. A recruiter had just texted me about a 13-week contract, 3 states away. Good pay? Sure. But I couldn't leave my family, my routines, or my life like that, I whispered. There has to be another way. And that's when I learned about a path no recruiter had ever mentioned. This episode is for every medical imaging professional who's ever wanted more freedom without the pressure of uprooting your life. Whether you're a radiology technologist, MRI technologist, mammography technologist, ultrasound technologist, nuclear medicine technologist, or radiation therapist, if you've ever dreamed of becoming a travel technologist, building a flexible schedule, or making more money without walking away from your full-time job, I'm showing you how to make that happen on today's episode of A Couple of Rad Techs podcast without the burnout of a 13-week contract or recruiters who ghost you. Let's get into it. You ever sit in your car after a shift, engine off, badge still around your neck, and just pause? You're not decompressing. You're not reflecting. You're just surviving for a second. And somewhere between holding it all together for patients, your team, and your family, you ask yourself, is this really the only way we can work in medical imaging and radiology? If you've asked that question, you're not alone. I'm going to tell you about Jordan's story with a recruiter twist. Jordan is an MRI technologist, very dependable as they come. For years, she told herself, once the kids are older, I'll finally take a travel contract. Have you ever said that? I know I did. Well, not about the kids part, but and eventually the time came. The recruiter called. It sounded promising. It's a 13-week contract in Minnesota. Great pay. You leave next Monday. But Jordan looked around. Her teenage son was struggling in school. Her mom needed help with appointments, and honestly, she was tired. She didn't want to live out of a suitcase. Can you relate? She wanted options. We all want options without the pressure. And every recruiter she spoke to, same story, different city. No flexibility, no real choices. Sometimes we have to read between the lines when it comes to burnout. Let's be real. Traditional travel gigs work for some people, but if that's you, congratulations. I celebrate you. But for a lot of us, 13 weeks is just way too long. It's relocating isn't realistic. And recruiters, they're often juggling 40 other candidates and giving vague updates or worse. You've been there. You've put your life on hold. Recruiters have you making all kind of plans, and then you don't hear from them again because things didn't go through for that travel gig. So you start to feel like a number and not a person. When you do ask for something local or short term, you're met with, that's not really how travel works. But what if it could? And this is where we pivot, you guys. There's Lakeisha, who got a text, not from a recruiter. I know that's what you were thinking because we all get those text messages, right? This was from a fellow technologist. They said, hey, I picked up a short contract through Roshal Health. No 13-week contracts if you don't want them. I stayed in my own bed. That was a turning point for Lakeisha. She didn't quit her job. She didn't fly across the country. She said yes to one 4-week local contract through Roshal Health. That small yes gave her back control. And when you've spent years following someone else's schedule, control feels like freedom. This episode is brought to you by Roshal Health, founded by an imaging technologist for imaging technologists. Roshal Health offers flexible, well-paid jobs in 49 states, no long contracts required, no strings attached. Whether you're looking for a full-time, part-time, PRN, contract, or short-term travel, even day jobs, Roshal Health connects you directly to facilities that value your skills. Ready to take control of your career and still have time for the life you love? Visit RoshalImaging.com/apply social. That's RoshalImaging.com/apply social. Who out there ever thought that they could be an entrepreneur in medical imaging? Well, Marcus did. He was tired of the norm. Marcus is a radiation therapist with a vision. He always wanted to build something of his own, but how? Every recruiter he spoke to wanted him on the road for 3 months at a time. That wasn't it. Not for Marcus. When he found Roshal Health, he realized he could take a few shorter PRN contracts, earn on the side, and free up the mental space to build his CEU brand he was working on. He didn't abandon his career as a radiation therapist. He expanded it. Yes, with Roshal Health, you have flexibility and options. PRN, full-time, shorter or long contracts, work as a contractor, 1099. Because when you're not exhausted by someone else's schedule, you finally have room to dream again. I'm talking to you guys out there who's listening to this podcast. Maybe you've been loyal for years. Maybe you've been overlooked. Maybe you've been promised things by recruiters that never came through. Maybe you've always dreamed of having a flexible schedule, being an entrepreneur in medical imaging. Let me say this to you. You deserve more than just a 13-week ultimatum for a travel contract. You deserve better than recruiter silence. You deserve flexibility that fits your life, not forces you to abandon it. Now, here's some things Roshal Health actually offers. You get short-term contracts, 2 to 6 weeks if you would like, 13 weeks if you want. You have choices, long or short-term contracts, PRN options that fit your existing job, assignments that let you stay local or semi-local, direct facility connections, not chasing down recruiters, the freedom to explore without uprooting your life. This is the middle ground so many of us have been waiting for in medical imaging. Now it's your turn. Remember, you're not behind, you're not stuck, you're not too late. This could be your season to reclaim your time, your energy, and your peace. So do me a favor. Once you stop driving, if you're listening to this podcast, if you're somewhere where you cannot go right to your phone, to the internet, and type in www.roshalimaging.com/apply social. That's ROSHAL imaging.com/apply social. Sign up. Look around. Even if you don't take a contract right now, know that you can. That's what power looks like. You're not just a badge number or a shift filler in medical imaging. You're a technologist with talent, compassion, and the right to choose what comes next in your career. Traditional travel isn't the only way. Let Roshal Health show you another way. Visit RoshalImaging.com/apply social. Be sure to check the description for the link to apply. All right, y'all, quick break, but this is something really close to my heart. If you're loving this podcast, then you're going to love what we've created. Rachel, the Radiographer, a children's book that finally puts us on the map. It's fun, it's educational, and it's different because it's written by a real medical imaging technologist. Yep, me, Chaundria. I am a radiologic technologist, MRI technologist, and CT technologist. And Rachel, she's on a mission to show kids that healthcare is so much more than just doctors and nurses. Most people don't know this, but we are the largest healthcare profession in the nation. Yet somehow we're invisible when it comes to early education. That's where Rachel steps in. This book introduces children, especially in elementary schools, libraries, and even hospitals, to the world of X-rays, MRIs, nuclear medicine, radiation therapy, in a way that's friendly, engaging, engaging and easy to understand. Educators love it because it's the perfect storytime read that ties right into STEM education. Career awareness and eases fear around medical exams. Parents love it. Technologists love it. And most importantly, kids get it. And here's the cherry on top. A portion of every book sale goes towards a $500 scholarship we award every year to a student in a radiologic technology program. So, if you want to support the next generation and help spread awareness about our field, head over to RachelTheRadiographer.com. That's RachelTheRadiographer.com. Let's get this book in more hands and more imaginations. Now let's get back into the podcast.